Scorpio, welcome to your full moon in Aries reading. I hope this finds you well. And this is hitting your sixth house. Yeah, I'm relating to this because my Taurus rising is, I'm getting those 6th and 12th houses triggered as well. So a lot going on with healing your physical versus spiritual bodies, right? And also a contrast between the 3D and the 5D realms of you needing to, for you specifically looking at what is going on in your day-to-day life that you got to let go of, okay? Because something in your spiritual life right now is really getting highlighted, and it's putting a spotlight on something you got to let go of in the 3D, right? Some of you may be working on spiritual healing, but you got to release maybe some bad habit that you have on the day-to-day, possibly with your work, your routines, your health regimens, something like that. Gathering together is the card that you've got for the overall energy, and this is about massing, converging, unifying, assembling, combining forces. The sum is greater than the parts. So we'll see exactly what that means as we get into this spread, but are you trying to pull something together, okay? Are you trying to make sense of something? Do you feel that something is not holding together, that you need to try to hold something together? You feel like something's coming apart and you've got to stop it from unraveling, okay? I don't know where I'm getting that from. And I went, I tried to check and see, and no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Does somebody need to be told this is okay? It's okay. No. Oh, there we go. The Star card. This might have to do with a soulmate, an Aquarian possibly. And here's Aquarius here talking to you, right? Okay, so we're going to find out what this is about. It could be healing. It could be your ambitions. The main issue is it looks like you're, closing something out in your life. You're ending, you're completing something, and yeah, it probably has to do maybe with your vocational work or something that you're doing on the day-to-day, like I said, 6th house stuff. You are getting closure. You're finishing up some kind of business. In the past, you have a King of Swords in reverse. You may have been dealing with a masculine energy here who's kind of non-negotiable, and worst case scenario, might have been dealing with a con man or somebody who's amoral, somebody who just didn't have a moral compass. Also somebody maybe who was playing head games, mind games. I'm going to find out what that's about. Or playing dumb, like, gee, I don't know what you're talking about, but they do. This is somebody who also possibly they knew something, but they weren't opening up about what they knew. They were purposefully withholding information, or they just wouldn't open up to other people's information or perspective, okay? The future, I see a commitment here possibly involving a Taurus. I told you might want to go watch the Taurus reading. Holding this all together, yeah, this is some people that you are connecting with, okay? These might be people that you work with or that you are associated with in some respect on the day-to-day in a really practical way. And the outcome, you've got the Two of Pentacles. So, wow. That's a way to leave off, okay? I think you're going to be in hermit mode about that, all right? Where do I go with this? Okay, let me see what it is you're trying to end or close out. 5 of Pentacles. I think you're trying to close out a time in your life where you maybe felt like there was some kind of lack or loss, maybe feeling alone. I'm sorry to say that there's something that you valued that you felt amiss in your life. You felt like you were in need of something. Some of you not feeling really secure in a situation, really frustrated about making a decision, or a very important person in your life was frustrating you. They might have caused you some kind of actual physical loss, material loss, okay? Might have actually, I'm getting a lot of worry and a lot of frustration with this person, and I think you're trying to end it. I think you're trying to close it out. And if this has to do with money, I am really seeing that you're trying to find more security and come out of any kind of I hate to say being in the poorhouse, okay? I hate to say it like that, but that's really what I'm getting. Now, I don't know who this was in the past that was non-negotiable. Might have been you. And no judgment. Maybe you didn't need to negotiate with that person, all right? But let me figure out who is this. Could be an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. yeah, I feel like somebody was trying to get their happiness, okay? And it might have been somebody younger than you, all right? I mean, they might actually be over 30, but they could be your child, your adult child, or they could be a man child, all right? I'm also getting here that somebody was very uncompromising and going after their happiness. They are trying to get something back from their past, a time in their past when they were happier, maybe like reviving a feeling of youth, okay? But there was a lot of emotional heaviness attached to this. And again, I'm seeing maybe it was fated, maybe it was a spiritual thing. I'm getting a lot of spirituality here. But a lot of heaviness, like an emotional burden attached to trying to find their happy space and revive something from the past. And I just don't know that you could talk them out of it, or if it was your energy, I don't know that anybody could talk you out of it. It was something really that you kind of had to go through, maybe to develop something more about your emotional nature, maybe having to do with your romantic life. I do see you coming into some kind of commitment or support system in the future. And there's that King of Swords again. Now he's in the upright. That's lovely. And we've got a King of Pentacles in the upright. There's a Hierophant again. So I don't know. I'm going to say this. If you're a feminine Scorpio, who are you going to commit yourself to? Who is supporting you, Scorpio? Because it looks like we have two kings here, which is, if I may say, quite lovely. I mean, I'm jealous. Can I get this? Can I get two options here? Because you got one here. And it might, for some of you, it may be the same guy. All right. But this is a lot of security. Okay. And this is commitment. And this is somebody making a head over heart decision. All right. And yeah, I'm seeing two men here. There's marriage all over that. Okay. So I'm going to tell you, if you are not married, you could be coming into a marriage very, very near in the future. Okay. Or if it's not a marriage, it is like a deep, deep commitment. Okay. In November is what I'm getting. Okay. There's something about June that might be relevant as well. I had to pull that for y'all because I'm like, man, I can't see the timing on that. All right. Yeah, this is a very public thing. I'm telling you, this is like a very solid commitment in November. All right. So you might work with this person, or you are collaborating with them. And there's something about, who am I teaming up with? Who am I sharing resources? Look, my gosh, so many cards here. Perhaps Libra is relevant, but I am seeing some guardedness about messages coming in and the truth, and somebody moving on, maybe from a three-party situation. Maybe an Aquarius is relevant here. I do see that there's been, I'm going to tell you this is a whole lot. I'm going to move on from that. Okay. Let's see what the outcome is. Four of Wands. This might have to do with your home base, home and family, and a soulmate, but I am getting some back and forth, and, you know, in the outcome, it's like you're going through some changes, all right? And you're having to put something down. You're having to adapt and balance things out and get your priorities straight. And you might be putting some communications out there about doing that, but I am seeing with the star at the foundation here that Temperance, I'm getting a lot of healing. Cancer, Sagittarius might be relevant. The stars again, we've got a lot of Aquarian energy all over this at the foundation. So there's something about your ambitions and healing something, then there might be with a brand new sexual union, having to do with a player, and this player is looking at, well, what am I going to invest in now? So let's see what the intimacy advice is here. Things are going to balance out. Things are going to heal. If you're dealing with a soulmate or an Aquarian, okay, there's going to be a lot of healing. But, you know, the intimacy issues you're being asked to work on right now have to do with addiction. What void are you trying to fill? Find your purpose. And commitment. Commit to what is committed to you. It doesn't have to result in you losing yourself to others. Well, I saw a lot of commitment over there with the Hierophant showing up. And, you know, I do also see that by November, you will be committed to somebody, okay? So that's super positive. But between now and November, I see you going back and forth in your head trying to make this change, okay? And really looking at your ambitions and who is your soulmate and healing and balancing things like that. Nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, Moon. Expect powerful change. So I am really getting that for some of you. There's something about a void, okay? There's something about a void that somebody's trying to fill, and the change is in what you're committing yourself to. I did see a player here in the mix, and a new sexual union, but it's getting healed because somebody is going to reevaluate and get a new perspective on what they're going to invest in, what they're going to pull together. Be blessed.